Inflation this month dropped to 1.8%, which kind of is the fuel that the Bank of Canada needs to
there's a lot to unpack with that number. And I feel like as we continue into the future, and now other economists or journalists are starting to pick up on this, is asking the question: the way that we calculate inflation, is it still the best way to calculate it? Are we measuring this properly? There are factors. Canada factors in mortgage interest rate appreciation into their inflation numbers. The US doesn't. The rest of the world pretty much doesn't. I think it's only New Zealand that also does. And then we had the GST or HST holiday, or we're still in it, which is a big contributing factor into this lower inflation, or at least that's what the experts are saying. I have a quote here. Let's see if I can get this right. Stats Canada said on Tuesday that lower restaurant and liquor prices as a result of the temporary pause on taxes introduced in mid-December had contributed most strongly to the overall slowdown. Without that measure, inflation would have jumped to 2.3%. That's kind of a big deal.
Yeah. I mean, over the holidays, people need to spend less money, or they're probably spending money and they want to maybe have their dollar go a little further. So the GST holiday seems like it was a short-term success anyway, to maybe save some money. But is that a long-term success? Is that something that you think that's something that future governments will consider in the future when inflation needs a little bit of a boost during the holidays?
That's certainly where I'm thinking in terms of why is this relevant to talk about right now is, the Bank of Canada has had one tool, one lever essentially to pull when there's inflation, and that's jack up the interest rates. But now we seem to have another tool. Not that it's at the Bank of Canada's disposal, or at least not right now, because it came from federal legislation, the tax holiday. Could that be used in the future as an alternative to jacking up rates? It's just lower the cost of purchasing. I don't know. I seem to doubt it because of what it will do to the deficit and the revenues that are generated by the government. I can't see them wanting to say, "Oh no, we're going to take less of your money." When has that ever happened?
But why? So then the flip side is would they increase the taxes when they're wanting to change the economy in another way, right? They want people to spend less, and inflation is going up. Do you, instead of increasing the interest rates, do you increase the amount that people are spending on tax, though?
Certainly,
I'm being a little bit facetious, but I can't see that being, well, for this holiday, for next Christmas, we're going to increase the taxes, so you guys can spend less. Sounds like political suicide.
I mean, it certainly does. It wouldn't be favored by any Canadians, but when the Bank of Canada does it, we sort of idly sit by. Not everybody, but we sort of because it's not a politician making those decisions, maybe we're more tolerant of the Bank of Canada raising interest rates.